From the Iranian perspective, the Islamic Republic of Iran only needs to survive for it to be able to say that it succeeded. Even if it's degraded, all it has to do is survive to say we succeeded. This is very difficult to answer because President Trump himself has not said what success would look like. His introduction to the American people for this military conflict, this war, epic fury, was a list of grievances. A list of grievances going back almost 50 years, and those grievances are legitimate. So the grievances are real. But when you say nuclear program, ballistic missiles, proxies, when you list everything, then you don't really know what the president would see as success. Is it knocking out some of the launch sites? Is it putting more naval boats down at the bottom of the sea? But I don't think you're going to be able to see an overall success of every grievance being answered that Trump listed for us. I mean, he didn't go to Congress, he didn't go to the American public. So I think he's left all options open for when he would be bored with this or decide it's done and find a way to declare victory, to declare success. But from the Iranian perspective, the Islamic Republic of Iran only needs to survive for it to be able to say that it succeeded. Even if it's degraded, all it has to do is survive to say we succeeded. And I'm not sure what Trump is going to say success is. Look, I don't support this war. I want to be clear. I also don't support Ali Khamenei. I was actually in a meeting with him when I was a UN official and heard the diatribe. I mean, business as usual for Khamenei means murder, proxies, destabilizing other countries, trying to interfere. But I do not support this war. I do not believe that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States that would justify war, nor do I believe that the President of the United States followed proper domestic legal, let alone international legal proceedings in order to launch this war. So I do not support this war. But when I hear about business as usual in Iran, I'm thinking about business as usual back in January when thousands of people were murdered simply for trying to raise their voices in protest against the regime. When I hear business as usual, I think of the IRGC enriching itself, using sanctions, in fact, in order to enrich itself in mafioso type methods of controlling the economy at the expense of the welfare of the Iranian people. So I don't support this war, but I think that the Islamic Republic of Iran does not have an answer to the grievances of its own population that came out in such force in late December and in January. And I think that probably President Trump has underestimated the resilience in the system. The system may have lost the legitimacy of most of the population of Iran, but there's an interest of those in the regime that reinforces the strength of the regime itself. There are layers and layers of, I should say, the backbench, as we would say, is quite deep. And so I have no doubt, or I have little doubt, that the Islamic regime would collapse because of this aggression. But I also think that when this is over, the Islamic regime has no way of addressing the legitimate grievances of its own population.